watching Fox 10 Phoenix now.
Fox 10 News alert just days after a deadly shooting at a QT parking lot. Phoenix police are back at that same gas station this morning for a different crime.
Okay, so Danielle Miller live, 27th Avenue in Thomas. We have new information on this new investigation, Danielle?
Yeah, unfortunately not yet. We are still waiting to hear from the Phoenix Police Department as far as the crime that took place here. Still waiting to get confirmation from the police department as to exactly what led up to this major scene unfolding overnight here. This QT has been closed off all morning long as police continue to investigate here in this QuikTrip. So what we have seen here on scene is that there is a bus station just kind of across from the parking lot here. There were dozens of evidence markers there at that bus stop. All of those evidence markers then spilling into the parking lot here of this QuikTrip and then leading up to the front door of the gas station here. So detectives just moments ago started to get rid of those evidence markers. It does appear that they are starting to clear up the scene here at this time. So once again, we are still working to get more information as to exactly what led up to this incident here. But as it is right now, we know that 27th Avenue just south of Thomas is closed at this time as police continue to investigate. And the QuikTrip, it is completely closed down for business right now as the investigation is still underway. So we are working to get those details as to exactly what happened here during this incident. Once we do get those details, we'll pass them along as they come in. For now, we'll send it back to you guys.
All right, Danielle reporting live for us this morning. Danielle, thank you. A deadly crash from yesterday now under investigation. Police say the victim was struck and killed while crossing the street.
It happened early yesterday morning near 51st Avenue in Campbell. So police say Rafaela Montrez Garcia was found laying in the roadway. 44-year-old died at the scene. She was just outside the crosswalk when she was hit by an SUV. Police tell Fox 10 the driver stayed on scene.
Phoenix police are still investigating a deadly weekend crash from early yesterday morning. A car was found smashed into a tree in the area of 59th Avenue and Indian School Road. The driver, identified as Jesus Dominguez Romo, was pronounced dead at the scene. Investigators say it appears that the 20-year-old was speeding, lost control of the vehicle before crashing into that tree.
And police say a young child has been hospitalized after being hit by a car. Happened in South Phoenix. Officers say the child was crossing the street with a teenage family member right in the area of 20th Avenue and Southern. And it appears that the victim, that young child, ran right out under the roadway ahead of the teen, and that's when the child was hit. That child is, however, expected to survive. Clock is ticking for federal employees after a weekend email from Elon Musk's Doge team telling all government employees justify your job or face a dismissal.
Yeah, we spoke with a federal worker who says the situation is making them completely confused about what exactly is going on. Richard Hernandez is with the Federal Correctional Complex in Tucson. He says employees are left with countless questions after receiving that email from Elon Musk and his Department of Government Efficiency, ordering them to list 5 work accomplishments in the past week by tonight or potentially lose their job. Now, the email didn't say that they would lose the job, but Elon put on X that they would lose their job if they didn't answer that email. So some federal agencies have told employees not to answer the email, but Hernandez says he's on standby trying to figure out what to do.
We try to get a confirmation from the agency on what's going on. We're just being told they're awaiting instructions, but they're not really telling us that we don't have to respond or that we won't be fired. They're just telling us that we're awaiting instructions.
Now, we spoke with the Arizona Attorney General Chris May. She says that this move by Musk violates the Constitution and will be used as evidence in her lawsuits against the current administration.
Current and former federal workers pushing back against the Trump administration's initiative to streamline the government. They have launched a platform to combat Doge. The platform is called We Are the Builders. It gives the workers a place to share anonymous stories about the actions of Elon Musk's agency, how it could potentially impact American people. Organizers say Doge is pursuing cost-cutting measures and technology overhauls without fully considering the effects.
Well, layoffs at the National Park Service being blamed for longer wait times to get into the Grand Canyon. Axios is reporting that 10 Grand Canyon workers were among nearly 1,000 Park Service employees that were fired as part of Doge's efforts to reduce the federal workforce. Wait times have been reported to be twice as long as usual to get into the popular tourist attraction. Tourists spend hundreds of millions of dollars every year near the park. Visitors are now advised to show up before 10 a.m. or after 4 p.m. to avoid those longer wait times. Governor Katie Hobbs weighed in on X, calling it a, quote, slap in the face for Arizonans.
Arizona lawmakers joined human trafficking survivors and advocates for a Night of Hope in Tempe.
Yeah, this is the annual Night of Hope 7. This was at the Grace Community Church. It featured musical acts, dramatic performances on stage, and messages from trafficking survivors. Faith leaders and state lawmakers were also in attendance.
Human trafficking and child trafficking and sex trafficking are crimes that are horrific, number one, but number two, they're proliferating. And if we can elevate this and organize and collaborate between government, private sector folks, we may have a chance to put a dent in it, rescue people, and stop this scourge.
We're again here shining a light on the darkness, talking about some of the wins over the last this past year, but again making sure this isn't something we forget about, that it's on the front burner, and that this matters to us. It matters to Arizonans.
So the Night of Hope is sponsored by Not in Our City, which describes itself as a coalition of pastors and churches committed to taking a stand against human trafficking.
Another hearing this morning for a bill that would allow executions by firing squad to be carried out in the state of Arizona. Supporters say it would give an option other than lethal injection, which they say is flawed. HCR 2024 was approved by the House Regulatory Oversight Committee last week. Well, today it will be taken up by the Committee on Rules. So if it passes both the Arizona House and the Senate, it would be up to voters to approve the amendment to the state constitution and would be on next year's ballot.
In Rome, Pope Francis remains hospitalized in critical condition.
Pontiff has spent the past 10 days in the hospital. Vatican only saying this morning that he had a peaceful night. His condition has not changed. Pontiff is at a hospital in Rome where he is undergoing treatment for both pneumonia and a complex lung infection that has provoked the early stages of kidney failure. Vatican also says the 88-year-old participated in Mass from his hospital bed on Sunday morning.
Catholics here
continue to pray for our Holy Father, Pope Francis, in this prayer that we're praying throughout the whole world for him. O God, shepherd and ruler of all the faithful, look favorably on your servant, Pope Francis.
Well, Catholics here in the Valley offering their support for Pope Francis during Sunday Mass. This was yesterday morning's service at St. Mary's Basilica in downtown Phoenix. Arizona Catholics telling Fox 10 that they are hopeful people will keep the Pope's teachings in mind.
Even though the Pope is ill, we have to pray for his healing, but we have to act on his word to guide us, to give us the faith, to act at every moment, to do kind acts that are inspired by the Holy Spirit.
The Pope's official X posting over the weekend that the Pontiff is grateful for all of the prayers from across the globe. The Arizona Pet Project will celebrate the unsung heroes in our Valley communities on Saturday. They're going to hold their 22nd annual Hero Awards in Phoenix. The event helps raise life-saving funds for people and pets in need all across our state.
So CEO Liana, yes, thank you, Taylor, joining us now with one of this year's honorees, Claire Davis, and her dog. Leah is beautiful. You're both beautiful, but as a dog lover, Leah has my heart.
Not even a competition, right?
She always takes the show.
My goodness, what a sweet pup. How old is she?
She's 5.
Wow.
She's a rescue, and I've had her for 3 years now.
Oh, she is gorgeous. All right, so let's talk about the organization. What do you guys do for people that don't know?
So we work with low-income families and families in crisis who have pets. So we want to make sure that no pet owner is forced to choose between their own needs and that of their animals, and that they're able to stay together, kind of no matter what the circumstances that family is going through.
We see a lot of those surrenders. We see a lot of stories of people dropping their dogs off at shelters saying, I just can't afford to keep the pet anymore.
Absolutely. I mean, housing issues have really driven up costs of just everybody, family expenses, and more and more people are struggling to meet their own basic needs, let alone the needs of their pets.
Sure. So let's talk about this awards show. You guys go out into the community and you kind of look for submissions, right?
We do. We open up for nominations and people submit stories of animals that they know and love and that are doing great work in the community, like Leah.
So let's talk about Claire and Leah. How did you guys get nominated? And what's Leah's story here?
Well, the nice people at Circle the City, where she sees patients on a regular basis, they nominated her. And I have been doing therapy dog work there for a number of years and just started there with Leah when I got her certified. So they nominated her and she won. So
I mean, look at her.
She's just
look at how
She's a shoo-in, right?
Oh.
She just, yeah.
At
So
Circle the City, they treat homeless with medical conditions. I can
Correct.
imagine, and I've been there before and chatted with their clients who have their own dogs, and they put the dog's need before they put their own need. So I can't even imagine the joy that they feel when they see Leah coming in the field.
Yeah, it's just a great experience because the folks there don't get a lot of visitors. So when they see us coming in the parking lot, oh, it's hi, good morning. They remember her name, not so much my name.
Always.
So, and then we just walk around and visit folks. And so many people have had to surrender their pets because they don't have the ability to keep them anymore. So they talk about their dog stories and their hopes of getting a dog, you know, when they get out and gets housed.
Can you tell us a little bit about, you mentioned that she is a rescue. What was the process like to get her certified as a service dog to be able to do this? She's so mild-tempered. I can only imagine. That's pretty easy, right?
Well, I was very fortunate. I got her from a place called the Fetch Foundation, and they have a Homeless to Hero program. So they train service dogs, therapy dogs, and she's a therapy dog. So they were looking for someone to adopt her out to someone who would do therapy dog work with her. I had just retired one therapy dog, so it was just perfect timing. Perfect timing.
Perfect.
Right.
The award ceremony Saturday.
Saturday.
Can people still attend? Do they buy tickets?
Sure.
Can they donate to you guys and help?
All of the above, yeah. We still have a very limited number of tickets on sale. I think we've got about 10 left.
Oh, wow.
They can find us at Arizona at azpetproject.org/hero. Donations, of course, are always accepted.
Yeah.
And yeah, we're just really excited to showcase the importance of animals in our community and what they mean to people.
And when do you start taking nominations for next year? 'Cause I know-
October.
October,
Yes,
okay.
So look for that in
Are you
October.
gonna submit me and Stu?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, maybe Myrtle.
No skills.
Myrtle has my heart. I love Stewie, but Myrtle has my heart. Yes, Leah.
Well, this is her skill is just being with people.
I love that.
Yeah, it's just, yeah.
She is a
Go on, you can go say
sweet
hi. Go on, go say hi.
Hi, baby.
Say hi.
Well, you guys, thank you so much for coming in.
Hello.
And Leah really is a showstopper.
She is. Yeah, we're excited.
Thank you guys so much for coming in.